Yeah, Third String Podcast. You already know. Talking topics, all sorts. Always everything sports. Third String Podcast. Plenty dialogue and banter. Talking all teams. But we always repping for Atlanta. Come join the discussion. You don't want to miss it. Keep it entertaining. All facts, authentic. NBA to NFL. And everything in between. This is Third String Podcast. Welcome to the team. Let's go.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are the Third String Podcast, back with another jam-packed episode today. Daryl, hopefully you're ready, good sir. Episode 48. Who you got?
I would just say, can we just dedicate it to like Chadwick Boseman?
I will. I like that. I like
Cliff
that.
Robertson. That's the people that lost in the past couple.
I agree. I'm 100% down with that. So that's a good one to dedicate to. So. But without further ado, Daryl, what do you have for us today?
Well, today is the day. Some of us thought this day wouldn't happen, but it's here. First day of football.
How do you feel?
Weird. It felt like a regular day. It's a very regular, like, I guess because, and we just talked about it, that I kind of feel like this season's not going to last because of COVID. Agreed. And so it's hard for me to get excited. And then with no preseason games, there was no amped up to the season.
There's not even commercials. There's not really advertisement marketing going on for this. I promise you. So like you were saying, you have the Chiefs, big deal, versus the Texans. Pretty much a big deal too. Great matchup, two highest paid QBs in the league right now. They're both mobile. Yeah, get your money. Absolutely. Both can run, both can throw, all that stuff. It's going to be a dogfight. But I'm also sure a lot of people don't know this is happening tonight. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that don't know football's tonight.
Right.
I'm sure. Maybe Sunday. But tonight? No.
Yeah, I'm interested. Just like, remember basketball, I was like, I just want to see how it looks. And I think that's where I'm at too at the beginning.
Oh yeah, no fans.
Yeah, how that looks, how they do it, how they do the camera angles. Do they do crowd? But I think in baseball, if you hit a home run, they kind of pump crowd noise.
Yeah. I think football's fine though. I think football, because you just really stay on the field. You don't.
Yeah, well, you're so far away from the fans anyway.
Yeah.
So the fans are more or less not as involved as they are in basketball and baseball. So you're so far anyway. But I kind of just want to see it. It's probably gonna look weird, man. But we had no preseason, so no preseason. There was no amp up. So no,
you don't even know how your team is doing. Like you don't know
exactly.
You don't know anything.
Like so, I'm huge in fantasy football, and I'm in 3 leagues here. I really didn't even. I didn't really want to do that, but like I have Edwards-Helaire from LSU, the running back from Kansas City. Second round pick, and I basically got to take a gamble on him because we don't have no preseason. No, if like just like Deshaun Watson, he has Brandon Cooks, a new wide receiver. You don't even know their chemistry. He has David Johnson, new running back. You don't know their chemistry. So I think teams that kind of kept things together, would be the most successful. But new team like you don't even know, like Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You don't know nothing.
Not a smallest leak of what is going on in that camp.
And that's why maybe our Falcons would far better because for the most part, it's the same team.
That we know. We don't know about other than articles and stuff out there about people being cut. But again, you don't know our new our running back. How is our running back doing? How is Matt doing? How's the kicking game? We don't. I mean, in a way, I like that part because, like, I don't say it's the first week today or starting today. For the first time, I'm not over here like, man, we're about to be trash. I don't know. It feels good to not know.
That makes sense. No, that part makes sense.
We've done what now? 2 years, 2 seasons of this, which is weird. Like we haven't even been doing it for 2 years, but it just so happened to align where it's like 2 seasons. And we've both been like, I expect this from the Falcons, but we've been hurt.
Yeah,
I like not knowing.
remember when we signed LaCon Treadwell and it was like, we're the only team, we're going to trot out 11 first-round picks. And then he gets cut. And it's like, you don't even see him in the game to understand. They say he dropped a lot of passes in practice.
Yeah.
But you don't even actually see in the game how you want to see how Todd Gurley looks.
Right.
And you don't. You want to see how this line
that's true.
left guard, how it looks. You want to see Marlon Davidson. You want to see AJ Terrell. You did see one video where AJ Terrell intercepted Julio Jones, though. He was defending Julio Jones and intercepted the ball.
Yeah.
I'm like, wasn't play. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of you want to see like the rookies, Mikal. You want to see how they do, and you don't, man. So this is truly, truly going to be a gamble.
The first 2-3 games are going to be preseasons.
Basically.
Yeah. I still want to know how they're cutting people.
Just strictly off practice. It's strictly.
That sucks. Because at the beginning they couldn't go full pads.
Yep.
So you're being cut without having a fair chance. All those years of Pop Warner, middle school, high school, college, all that's gone.
Right.
That sucks.
So, I mean, in a sense, you're right. You don't have to. You don't have that worry. Like, oh man, we're gonna suck because New Orleans.
I know that's good for us, but not for the players.
Yeah, but you got New Orleans and Tampa Bay. We didn't want to see them look good, and we're like, oh man.
It's true. I didn't want to see them flourish and be dominant and be like, this is what we have 16. Or how are we still doing 16 games?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 16 games of just them running it up. I'm like, hey, we're all 0-0. We all suck right now. I mean, we don't know who's good.
What are you expecting from this game tonight?
I hope they're in rhythm. I pray for no injuries because again, y'all haven't run full speed yet. None of y'all. Right. I hope it's not bad on the scale of a Pro Bowl. It better. Y'all better be in shape. No, y'all better be. No, it won't be that bad. But like, y'all better be in shape.
I don't know what to expect. I feel like I think that the Chiefs will win, and I think the Chiefs will definitely win because they basically came back with the same team. If there's one position you want to be new at, it's probably running back, right? So they're putting a rookie running back who also can receive the ball very well. That's why they drafted him as high.
Yeah, that's their whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the Chiefs will win. I see maybe a lot of dump off plays, which I'm kind of hoping because I got one league. I got David Johnson, and like I said, I got Edwards-Helaire in another one, and I got Deshaun Watson in one league. So I'm hoping a lot of dump offs. I don't see a lot of big plays.
I do second half when they get everybody gets their groove. Second half. First half, it's like you were pre-COVID and now you're just thrown into a professional game hitting real bodies.
That's what I feel like it's gonna be a lot of figuring this out. And whoever figures this out first will win. I think the Chiefs will figure it out first just because they've been together. I mean, you have a different with the Texans, you have a different running back, a different receiver. Your number one receiver is gone.
Yeah.
Your receivers is not even on the same bill. DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Cooks is so much a smaller receiver. It's different.
Right. So, they're saying though, word out there saying 16-0 for the Chiefs. They're saying the Chiefs 16-0.
No, I can see that because like I said, I think the teams that have been around together, they don't have a lot of turnover, is going to be successful. Like the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're probably going to go 0-16, and that's probably what they're gunning for anyway. They're probably tanking for Trevor Lawrence. But
I'll take it.
But like Washington, like these young teams are really going to hurt. Really going to hurt without these chances of development. So Washington, you might not see growth in. Miami is a team I'm very interested in, but Miami has such turnover that you don't know.
Yeah. And Tua, like we knew, he's not starting. Fitzpatrick is.
But that's a couple of games. Fitzpatrick throws 7 interceptions. Tua be enough.
Fitzmagic. That man, he can be magical. He thought I like his heart though. I think he's a good guy. I think he plays hard, but he knows that he's on his way out.
He basically Brett Favre without the leash to be Brett.
And true. Yeah.
Like he's a gunslinger, and the fact is, as soon as he's going to have a game where he throws 4 touchdowns, and he's going to have a game where he throws 6 interceptions.
This is true.
So 2 will be in there by the end of this year.
I just think the man, he's thankful to be in the league. He knows that he's on his way out. He's just going to sling it like you're saying and call it a day. If I throw 6 picks in a game, I made my money.
Oh well.
Y'all shouldn't have signed me. That was on you.
So, are you excited for this year, though?
At this point of not seeing a game, no. But I'm sure it'll come back after, at the time of recording, after tonight, when the first game gets played. But I saw a little college football starting, and I asked you, have you watched any games? You're like, college football started?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even
I'm like,
know.
Yes, it has. So they're not that entertaining yet, but we haven't had the big schools play.
Right.
The only big school that played was Navy, and they got blown out like 46-0.
So how does, again, I have not watched a college football game. Even when you told me, I still haven't watched it. How does it look? Fair. How does it look?
They're fans at the games.
Oh, they are? Because some teams are still having fans at the games. NFL teams.
Yeah.
I don't know if fans will be, but there are some teams that still have fans.
So they mentioned as far as Cleveland and the Bengals, they're allowed to have 2 games with fans up to 6,000 of fans, but only 2 games.
How do you pick them?
That's a good question. It could be like first come. Oh, actually, I don't know, because you got season ticket holders that have been loyals for decades. They obviously have to give first go.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying. You're probably going to have those have a first go. They're going to have a batch of them. Then you're going to have like a tier 2 batch. Then you're going to have like just whoever can click buy ticket first. That's going to be the 3rd batch.
Right.
You're going to have to do it that way.
Would you go to a game if the Falcons gave you tickets? Would you go?
Now, I've heard reports, to answer this question, I've heard reports that they're talking, say, for example, like Dallas Cowboys. Say they have 100,000 seats. They're talking about doing 20,000. That's still a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's no social distancing still in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no. I don't know. Like, if it were a big game like they're playing Tom Brady, I know that's going to be full, so probably not. But I would go to that because of that. But I would probably have to go to a bad team where there's not a lot of fans.
Can I answer this question for you? You want me to answer the question for you? If the answer is plainly this, would we go? The answer is, if I wasn't married, yes. If I was, but because I am married.
I didn't want to say that.
No.
Yeah.
The answer is no, because I'm married and my wife won't let me. That's why.
And I'm not about to be in a hotel for 2 weeks while I self-quarantine.
Right.
So,
or hear her mouth and all this. So the answer is, if I was single, yes, I would go. But because I'm married with a child, with a pregnant wife, and
okay, I vibe with you on that, because there's been a lot of things that, I get you, because there's been a lot of things I've wanted to do that I'm like, she's like, yeah, you can go, but the tone of how you hear her say you can go or you can do this is like, don't do it.
I was going to New Orleans for a getaway.
You're right.
And she was like, nah, no, you ain't. And I said, I guess I'm not. Like,
oh shoot, plans have changed. I guess I'm not.
So
no, I get you. That's why you got that big TV. You can just watch it at home.
Yep, watch it as home comfort and you're safe if you're home. I'm just very curious of how it looks. You know what else I'm curious about? The NBA was so big on like social justice. I'm curious to see how NFL is. How NFL is on social justice.
Yeah.
Like the commercials.
They're doing T-shirts.
Okay,
so I'm T-shirts. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be huge about. I just want to see what they do. Is huge hypocrites right now. But go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Also, EA Sports with Madden, they tweet, "Welcome back, Cap."
Yep, he's back in the game.
Okay. Exactly, he's back in the game, but weren't y'all the ones that like on that one song that had Kaepernick in it?
Yep.
Didn't y'all bleep that out later on?
That was a YG song with Big Sean when he said put Kaepernick.
So yeah. And then later on, they took that just that little part of the song.
Yep, they put it back because so many people complained about it.
Hypocrites, man.
Yeah, NFL is so full of hypocrites.
Whatever.
I'm to see what they do just because they're so full of hypocrites.
Yeah, they are. It's facts. Yeah. But
so I guess moving away.
But what's next on the chopping block?
Next up, we're going to the NBA playoffs. Just see how the playoffs been doing. Last time we spoke, it was the first round, and we kind of guessed what was going to happen. I think we predicted all of them correct, except I predicted OKC to beat Houston, which that was still a very close game 7. But round 2 is in the midst of it. We have one team that moved on, and that's the Miami Heat. How do you feel about the playoffs so far?
From the jump of the playoffs, they've been phenomenal, actually, of competitive good games. But definitely these that are going on now. As we probably predicted, that we felt like the 2 LA teams for the West were going to go to the Western Conference Finals. You originally would think that the Bucks would make it, but obviously when we started seeing how the Heat were doing in the bubble, we felt like the Heat. So it's pretty accurate with what's going on now. Now the Heat, though, the Heat can actually win this whole thing. The Heat can win this whole thing. First time since 2000, what is it, 13? Yeah.
Yes. I think it also depends who wins game 7. I think if I'm the Heat, I hope that the Raptors win because I have a better shot. I can definitely beat the Raptors. I think Boston, I always say I think Boston's the most talented team in the East, just like I think Clippers are the most talented team in the West. So now
they're dropping the ball right now.
Yes. The Celtics were up big against Toronto and let them come back, and then of course they lose in overtime and double overtime. And I think if Boston beats Toronto, first of all, it's going to be a good matchup between the Heat and Boston. But I think Boston will win. I think it's going to be the Clippers and Boston in the finals, just because I think they're the 2 most talented teams. One thing I was shocked, well, not really shocked about, was the Lakers and Rockets, because the Lakers play a very old school style of basketball, where the Rockets play a very new school style of basketball, where the Rockets, I'm just going to chuck up a bunch of threes. The Lakers was like, well, we got like 10 centers and we're going to just play really big. And at first game, the Lakers really struggled. They really struggled because they couldn't stop. They couldn't match the number of threes the Rockets were shooting up. Of course, the Rockets do not shoot at a good percentage. They shoot at an okay percentage. Not very good, but they just chuck a lot of them. But the problem is the Lakers are terrible at shooting. So the fact is the Lakers finally decided that, first of all, stop playing JaVale McGee. This is what Charles Barkley said. Stop playing Dwight Howard. Stop playing centers. Just put AD at center, put LeBron at power forward, and have them defend. And I think they started getting back to defense and bullying them, and that's why they took control of this series. I'm sure Daniel House being in quarantine doesn't hurt either. But I was a little not really shocked. I thought the Lakers would probably struggle against the Rockets because of that factor.
Well, you were spot on, right? They did stop playing their centers, and I guess they're playing medium small ball. It's working. It's working. They're looking good.
Yes.
LeBron's back on that hunt to, win another chip. Can they do it? Yes. They're this far. They can actually win it. By the way, huh?
I said, will they do it?
That's up to them. Right. That's up to them. Now, wonder if they do win it. That's crazy.
Huge. That'd be huge for LeBron if they win it. He won it with 3 different teams.
Kawhi too. If
Kawhi could win it with 3 different teams, that's huge. That's huge. Yeah. But I do think Miami or Boston will give them a run for their money, whichever the 4. We're gonna assume. Let's just assume Lakers beat the Rockets, Clippers beat the Nuggets, Heat's already moved on, and Boston beats Toronto.
Yes.
Those 4, any one of those 4 could win it.
The whole thing, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's what's gonna be really good about it.
I think we're in for a good finale. I do. I think we're in good hands. So I'm very pleased with basketball. Now, just touching back a little bit with football, I hope it goes well where we're pleased with that. But I think basketball was very successful. This is my old question, though. This is my question. Yeah.
Let's go to whatever game. Let's just say, let's throw the Heat win the championship. Just throwing the team out there. Yeah. When the last second clocks to 0 and they're the champions, how is that celebration gonna look? Are we still gonna have the balloons and the confetti, and we don't have the crowd?
Lame. Yeah, that's lame. If so,
are you gonna have the commissioner come out and award them the trophy on the court?
That is interesting. You still have the players, the coaches, the staff, the trainers. You have a whole correct. You have a lot of people there, so it can work still. But the fans do really elevate.
No, they elevate. Well, what if the last 2 teams, because there's only 2 left, they get to bring more people?
They probably will.
So it's something of a kind of a crowd there because we get to bring more people. I don't know how much that actually holds, but
I think that'll probably happen. Now, I'm wondering for whatever team wins, parade-wise, ain't no way. You can't. You can't.
You can't do it.
Oh, you can only do a virtual.
What if it's the Clippers and you can't parade for that? Like the Lakers and Celtics and Heat, you guys been here before.
Oh,
fine. Yeah, but the Clippers who's never been there.
Oh, that's true. They're the only team. Oh, wow. And plus, you would be doing it in you're the underdog of LA. Everybody's a Lakers fan, and if you actually pull it off and you're the top dog for a whole year, and you can't really get to have your justice,
that's what I'm saying. If any other team, you're fine. Heats have a bunch of championships. Boston and LA definitely have a bunch of championships. Okay, if y'all can't parade, okay.
And then the Heat have theirs, and then even the Toronto just got theirs, so they've been there. Yeah.
But if you're like that was, I would still parade. If the Falcons win the Super Bowl this year,
I think you would have to do a virtual type of one, which is weird. You're just driving on a float.
I'm being in the streets. I'm
gonna be in them streets. I hear you on that. I don't know. This might
never happen to me again. I'm gonna be out there, man. I'm gonna be out.
By the way, does Kawhi stay? Does Kawhi do super long term?
I think so. I don't think he signed super long because the NBA lost a lot of money with the COVID situation going in the bubble. This is why in the last podcast I said they were definitely going to keep playing because they weren't going to lose that much money. I think what they're going to do, because the salary cap is going to be a lot smaller than they predicted it before COVID. I think they'll do what LeBron did in Cleveland. Remember, LeBron kept signing 1 or 2 year deals with the option.
Yeah, they're going to 2 year deals with. Yeah.
Wait till it goes back up. and then sign long term.
Very smart. It was a 2-year deal. One was guaranteed. The other one, you could weigh your option. Right. And then but it actually benefited those guys that were doing things like that. You were actually stacking more money.
Yep.
It just wasn't guaranteed, but you were getting more money than signing a longer. I don't know, if you believe in yourself and you know you're that good, you're that dude.
Once you know you're that good, the fall off is going to be hard. Because like Dwight Howard, he was big and he was athletic, but he wasn't skilled.
Dwight Howard was a big deal back in the day.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Dwight Howard,
as soon as the athleticism went away, his star power went away. But Kawhi is skilled, LeBron is skilled, Giannis is skilled, so they don't have to worry about that because they're actually skilled players. But somebody like Dwight Howard, that's why somebody like Andre Drummond, he got to try to get his money now because if it falls off, he's not a skilled player. But what I want to ask you is, what do you think about Giannis's future with the Bucks? He already said not leaving the Bucks. Now you can take that.
I wouldn't have said that. I would not have said that soon.
Yeah, because how many players, even Dwight Howard before he left the Magic, was saying he wasn't leaving. Like most players, like Kevin Durant, they kept asking him about his future. I'm with the Golden State now, and then he eventually leaves. But what do you think about Giannis's future?
Again, I would never have said that soon. Oh, I'm not going to leave. Some of y'all are ready to jump ship, bruh. If the perfect opportunity comes, you're leaving. The only man that I see actually sticking to his word is Dame. That's it.
Because he had chances to leave.
Oh, multiple.
And you're right. Dame is the only one.
That's the only person. Other than that, if the right opportunity presents itself, he's leaving. Now, what is he going to do though? He's leaving. He's leaving. That I mean, would I leave? No. Yes and no. Yes, because to get out that city. Now he's talking about there's word in the streets about going to Miami.
Yep, that's what I have now. Miami.
Hey. I'm gone. 2 reasons. That team's stacked. If they win the championship, you're about to run it back. Y'all are about to be super invincible, especially in the East. Yep. Y'all are guaranteed to just make it to the finals. If you lose, you lose. If you win, that's great. But you're guaranteed to make it for the most part, or borderline guaranteed. Now, other than that, I'm going to Florida because there's no state tax. I'm getting more of my money.
Getting more. Yep.
It's paradise as far as South Beach. I'm out. Forget Milwaukee. I'm out.
Well, I guess you can't compare Miami to Milwaukee because Miami's going to blow them out the water just as a city.
Peace.
So let's talk about the team. I only said the only reason the Bucks are number one team because they were number one defense in Giannis. Other than that, they're not. They look like they're not really a team built for the playoff. Mike Budenholzer again shows he's really good in the regular season and not that great in the playoff. The team is just not that great. Other than Giannis, it's just not that good. Eric Bledsoe is okay. Chris Middleton's okay. Brook Lopez is okay. It's just a lot of players around him. If you take him to Miami, where he's already won Defensive Player of the Year, then you take him with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Like these players who already play defense. Andre Iguodala is down here. I don't know if he would stay, but he's there. Like
he would make it happen.
Yeah, Gordon Dragic. Like you still got Kendrick Nunn, who almost won Rookie of the Year. Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson. Derek Jones.
Stacked.
Just if you just take away the cities, the team and the organization, I would be leaving to go to Miami. And you're right. Miami, if he would go, because I think he still has one more year left, but if he I don't think that he should go for a trade because Miami will give away so much assets, but they will have cap space for him when he becomes a free agent. They should try to gun from him. I think he's perfect for Miami. So
do one more year in Milwaukee.
Yep. Don't force a trade. Just do one more year. and say you're going to weigh your options at the end of the year and walk and go to Miami, because you don't want Miami to give up assets.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
That's the trade for you.
Yeah, you want to keep what you have,
right,
and then add him to it. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But that's what happened to Carmelo. If Carmelo would have just waited,
yeah,
they had to give up their assets to get Carmelo in the trade. And Carmelo was already going there, so he could have just waited till his contract's up and joined the assets that were already there.
Yeah, yeah. Also, you just don't want to lose too much, even like what with KD going to Golden State. They lost that whole court bench.
Yep. What made them really good was their bench.
What made them really good was their bench was stacked all the way to the end. They still regained later. They were super top heavy that they didn't really need the bench. They only had like 3 good guys on the bench. They didn't really need to hit the bench. So it worked out. But you can't depend on that all the time.
But until they went down. Until they went down. When KD and Clay
but that took 2 years. Yeah.
Yes.
But the second year, yes. But I'm talking about the first year. They were so top heavy with having a dynamic starting 5.
No, you're right.
And then had 3 good bench guys. But before they were like 12 deep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before. So I'm talking about even those bench guys in those early runs of the Warriors. All those bench guys could be starters on other teams. So
yeah. So what do you feel about, speaking of KD, what do you feel about Steve Nash being the new head coach of the Brooklyn Nets?
I think he's intelligent enough to do it for sure. Will KD listen?
Well, KD
Kyrie.
This
I know.
Okay, go
ahead. You can finish that sentence for those watching and listening.
Yeah, so he was a consultant with the Golden State Warriors with KD.
Yes, he was. Yep.
KD signed on for Steve Nash to join. So you don't have to worry about KD.
Yet. or not yet, but as of now. Because he changes with the seasons.
Right.
Just all respect. Okay, if everything works out and he's that guy, which I believe he is because he's super smart. And like you said, he was a consultant, and also he helped with Curry, can help out now with what's his name? Kyrie. So I think that's good. I hope he can handle the job. I think he will. They just need to get back and build that team like they were last season.
Right.
With the addition of the 2 superstars, and they'll be fine.
The problem with Kyrie is it seems like when you remove Kyrie, your team does better. So that was what happened with Boston. That's what happened with Brooklyn. They seem to do better.
It's like he was meant for Cleveland, and he needed to stay there.
Yeah. Right. Stephen A. Smith brought up a point about a white guy kind of jumping ahead
of.
No, I mean he made a valid point, but it is precedent of this happening. Jason Kidd, he retired and got a head coaching job. Like Derek Fisher retired and got a head coaching job.
Yes.
So there's precedent of this happening. So it's not like this is the first time this has ever happened.
That's what I was saying was like, bro, what are you talking about? These other people that you just mentioned have gotten it.
Right.
It's only been those 2, and then you throw in Kerr.
Right.
It's not been a huge, like, to me at least, it hasn't been unbalanced of white black for him to have really made that statement. I'm talking about of rookie coaches that I know. Right.
I mean, we have our Hawks. We have a rookie coach in Lloyd.
So that's what I was saying, bro. Stephen A. All due respect, you're going in too hard.
When him jumping the line, I was just saying there's 2 other players. 2 other coaches I just named that jumped the line. I think his problem was Mark Jackson, and Mark Jackson hasn't gotten. So I think we all agree with that. But I think his point of jumping the line when I just named 2 black coaches that jumped the line,
From player to first try being a head coach, yes.
Right.
And now Chauncey Billups is trying.
Chauncey Billups is trying to be I think the Pacers, is it? I think
that could work.
I think it was the Pacers coach. Him and Becky Hammonds, which she is
I would love for her to get it.
Yeah, so they're trying. I believe it's the Pacers, but I just disagree with Stephen A. on that aspect of it. Now, if we're going to strictly talk about like Mark Jackson not getting
established and Mark Jackson, yes, but the topic was rookie coaches.
Right.
That was it. He's wrong.
And then you can't even put Steve Kerr because Steve Kerr won them championships. You could say he won them championships. So this is what my thing was though. A team like the Brooklyn Nets, who have two established stars, they have Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Taurean Prince, they have Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan. I thought that they would come with a more established
coach, a veteran coach, a Mark Jackson. Even people were saying Ty Lue, somebody who has been there to manage those egos and those personalities. To throw that young, hot talent, all that stuff with a Steve Nash is weird.
It's
weird.
Like, even if you waited Billy Donovan, who they went their separate ways. Like, I just thought with a team with those veterans of a superstar caliber, like Steve Nash, you would go to a team that's developing, right? Because you're developing as a coach,
or a mid-tier team that. With KD and Kyrie, they're on the verge of being healthy. They're on the verge of being up there with the Torontos and the Heat and the Celtics. They're already up there. Yes. So I'm talking about going to like.
You're talking about if we didn't have Lloyd Pierce, Atlanta would be perfect.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Facts.
Because you would want him to teach Trae Young how to be a point guard.
The Timberwolves, teams like this, like the Kings. Like that can be in the playoffs, but like you're given a great chance. No bad teams, because bad teams, no.
Yeah, like the Knicks, where you could be like, if they, let's say, somehow traded up for LaMelo Ball, and they just wanted to see Nash to bring on
help him.
Coach him as a point guard. It was just, when I saw Steve Nash, it was just weird to me that a team so with veterans would do that.
Yeah.
So,
but also that could be a great opportunity because they're so established as with veterans that it's easy to transition a rookie coach. And I'm more so thinking of LeBron. LeBron would be the coach in this situation.
Right.
So
and then didn't Mike Brown, like, if we say like Steve Nash, if he's successful, he inherited this great team. Mike Brown inherited LeBron and then Kobe, his first two coaching stints. Like,
no, that's very true. That I always say that he didn't earn anything. He wasn't like a magnificent coach because, again, he inherited those guys, and those guys made his resume look incredible.
Made it look incredible.
But wasn't Mike Brown? He went to the Lakers for 3 games.
Oh, did he? I don't know.
One of those stints, he was there for 3 games and was like, "I'm out."
Byron Scott did that.
Oh, I think it was Byron Scott. It might have been Byron Scott. 3 games, and then they were like, "Yeah, you're fired." Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. You might be right, but I don't know. But overall, I think he can do it. I haven't seen him in years, so I want to see him command the huddles in the locker room as a coach, not a player, because you can be an in-game leader, but being a coach is different. So I want to see him coach.
Right, and you would want, like, if you want to, just like football, it would be quarterback. You would want point guard if you're going to do that transition, a point guard to do it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Because they command the team, the plays. Okay, that's fair. But I just want to see him command this team without being able to contribute. He's not able to play. He's not able to make those amazing passes. He's not able to like say, go here, be there, and also I'm gonna pass you the ball. He has to stay on that sideline and tell people and hope that they listen. But you're in luck because you have Kyrie, a guy that can do what he's capable of being a high caliber player because he is. So he's lucky in that sense to have stars. So with all this being said and what us talking about it more, it'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Right. I'm interested to see how Kyrie looks under his tutelage. So
I hope it elevates his game more.
That's what I hope too. And because I think Kyrie is kind of the problem. And again, they have gotten better. This Brooklyn Nets team, Boston Celtics, have gotten better when he is not on the court.
Yeah. I just hope with Nash, that's not the case. We don't need to say that anymore. So hopefully not.
Right.
Yeah.
Going to the playoffs real quick, we forgot to ask this, though. Who you got? Celtics or Raptors are going to Game 7? Who do you have?
I'm disappointed in the Celtics because this should have been wrapped up 2 games ago.
Absolutely.
Or last night, yeah. But they shouldn't even have been this close. They shouldn't have 3 wins. They should have 1 win. It should be 4-1.
That's the lucky shot?
Yes. It should be 4-1 over. Y'all are chilling, waiting.
Right.
Now, if this happens, I don't know what to say. Now, I want people to know this isn't an upset if Toronto does win. They're the higher seed.
Yeah, they're the higher seed. Yes.
People need to remember that.
Defending champions.
Yes, and that. So I just don't want the Celtics to pull it off because I want them to pull it off. I think it's a good matchup, but I think the Celtics. It'll be nice to see them back in the finals, conference finals, right. And hopefully they pull it off. Who do you have?
See Celtics win. I hope ESPN shows like the old Heat and Celtic games with LeBron.
Oh yeah, those were tough matchups.
I hope they show that, but I'm with you. I think Celtics are the more skilled team. I think if the Toronto Raptors beat the Celtics, the Heat will beat them. But it's up in the air if the Celtics win, who will win that. I think it'll be a better matchup, the Celtics and the Heat.
Yeah.
So I want to see the Celtics win. I'm with you. They should have won this. They only should have won 1 game, and that was the OG Anunoby lucky 3-point shot at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Other than that, they shot 20% from 3-pointers. They were like, tonight's not my night for shooting threes. Guess what I'm going to do? Keep shooting threes. And they have to do better.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3.
Game 6, they were up. Toronto comes back. Of course, it's been overtime. But I'm with you. I think the Celtics will win Game 7.
I actually don't know who's going to win Game 7 because you've given too much like momentum with like this whole thing. It's ridiculous. You let them back in. It's even. It's 0-0 now. It's even. Like It's first 1 and done. That's it. I don't know. But we'll see. It's going to be a good game though. What, tomorrow at the time of recording, Friday?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. So, and then Lakers tonight. So, flip on the other side. Lakers, Rockets, do you think they're going to continue with the series to win it, LA? Lakers?
Yeah, I think Lakers have got the formula to beat them.
I think so.
You can't out Houston. So, just stop trying to play their game, play your game.
And they did. Yep.
Yeah, I think LA has the formula. But there's still some times where because of Houston's 3-point, they're never out of it. Because if they make a couple in a row, they're right back in the game. I think Russell Westbrook has not played that well. Nope. And of course, Daniel House, we just brought him up. Daniel House not being there, he's a huge part of their team, and he's going to be in quarantine. So, yes, I think the Lakers will win, especially Rondo. Rondo was huge.
He was.
Think if Avery Bradley was playing, though.
I know, man. This would be captain over.
Yeah, if Avery Bradley was there, this would be over because they're missing exactly what he brings. Because Daniel Green ain't hitting, Caldwell Pope ain't hitting, but Avery Bradley would. So think of Avery Bradley was there with Rondo.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No,
so,
no, you're right.
Yeah, so I have the Lakers.
And didn't they play together?
Yeah, in Boston.
Yeah. Oh, the back. Yeah, you're right. That's what I was thinking. So yeah. Now the other side, Clippers, Denver.
I just think the Denver is too young for the moment.
Yes.
Like Jamal Murray is good, Michael Porter Jr. is good, Djokovic is good. I just think the Clippers are too much veterans, and they're just like I said,
they're hitting right. Like they're playing as a team again. Doc's been preaching defense, and they're actually doing it.
Yep,
they're playing defense.
Lou Will is back. Montrezl Harrell is there. Paul George has finally showed up.
He's there. That's what I'm saying. Paul George is like, oh, sorry guys, I'm here now though. Like he's there. Speaking of Lou Will, Lemon Pepper Lou. He trademarked he trademarked the name.
Nice.
He trademarked. So now whenever you guys make a joke and put it on a t-shirt or whatever, he gets that money. Smart business. Hey, he said he also comments that this is the first time I've owned a joke. Literally.
That's dope. That is dope of him. And he might.
But hey, I'd flip that. I win this ring. I don't know. I'm partnering with another place and I'm having a wing on that menu, or I'm opening up my own space.
Yes.
Come on.
I'm having a t-shirt that says Lemon Pepper Lou, and I'm like, I'm cooking them.
I'm cooking them.
Lou better holler at me, man.
I'm just saying, I'm with that. Oh, that one got me excited. I'm cooking them. I like that.
So I guess we both have the Clippers moving on.
Oh, we had it before Kawhi. We said Kawhi should go to. Listen, we said this well over a year that Kawhi should go to the Clippers, and if he did, they would go to the finals, and he can win another ring.
Right,
bro. We're speaking it into existence. He's almost there. He's just that dude, man. He's that good.
He's so smooth,
but he's not flashy.
Yep, quiet does his business.
Inspirational, man. Just put your head down, go to work, be the best. Right. But any more topics?
But Jimmy Butler like that too. The last thing I just want to get your.
That is true. Jimmy Buckets is he's really that dude.
Right. The last thing, NBA just pushed back the draft for month to November. How do you feel about that, real quick?
I'm okay with it because they also don't know when the season's going to start next year. Silver has mentioned that it will not start anywhere before Christmas Day. Now, I feel it's going to be Christmas Day because you want that money. You need every opportunity to cap like on all the money that you can get. Right, Christmas Day is always a big day for basketball. It's going to be Christmas Day. But he's saying it won't be before then. So November with the draft, I'm okay. Because usually it's...
I think it was.
Because usually... Right. Usually it's June. And then July, August, September... you're losing 4 months of being able to train people because the season usually starts in October with like a preseason. So they can shave that... or if they start after New Year's, you can have like a 2 month, a month and a half type of break to train the people. I don't know. But I think a lot of rookies, believe it or not, may be forced to be superstars immediately or immediately shot to the G League. You have to send them to the G League immediately.
Yeah, to develop.
You have to.
I don't like it just because, I love the draft and I don't want to wait a month for the draft. So I personally don't like it, but I think it's fair because this is unprecedented and they have to evaluate talent, and it's hard. They're having a virtual combine, which is
when are they predicting the season to actually end this season? Like it would have to be like October.
October, like beginning of October-ish.
Okay.
Probably mid-October. So So I guess that would make sense. Couldn't have the draft at the 16th then, because you have to give the last two time to
exactly. Plus, you finish in October. The two teams, you get only 2 months off.
Yeah. So I guess that does make sense that it was fair to push back. I just, again, I've said this a lot. I don't like that the younger teams, who are always the sorrier teams, the bottom, did not get a chance to develop. They're missing out on guys.
That's facts. Because think about it, we haven't played since March, and if you're talking about after Christmas, that's at the end of the month. So you're looking at pretty much the new year.
Yep, you're almost like 9 months of basketball.
That's a long time, almost a year, no competitive play.
Yeah.
So any type of edge that you had of, like, say Cam was starting to get into his groove, that spark could be, but that spark could be lit. Hopefully he. Yeah. So, I'm with you.
That was it. That's all I had.
Yep. Oh man, it's freaking COVID. Jeez. I don't even know what to say, y'all, but all I gotta say is for Daryl and I both, we appreciate y'all riding with us. We've been growing on these episodes, and definitely the Instagram has been popping. Right there above me for those watching, there's the Instagram, simple as that, at Third String Podcast. We've been really pushing out the news feeds, and y'all have been very receptive, and we appreciate it. But also for those watching, what was that?
I said definitely appreciate it.
Yes, it's been amazing. It's been easier too because news happens every day. New stuff with sports, and it's easy to just like push that out to you guys very quick through social media. So it's been working, and glad that you guys been enjoying it. But also, our social medias are listed here on the screen in the description down below on SoundCloud and on YouTube. So with that being said, that'll wrap it up for episode 48. Chadwick, rest in peace. You are our king. We'll greatly miss you. Wakanda forever. Just super sad. But make sure you guys take care of yourself, your loved ones, your families. Wear a mask and just be well. And we'll catch you back here, same place, same time. Enjoy the game. Y'all already will know who won by the time this goes up. But nonetheless, we can discuss and talk about it for episode 49. All right.
Yeah.
Take care, y'all, and we'll be back next week. Peace.